Hello, and welcome back to Speak English Fluently.
Hi everyone! We are so happy you're here with us today. This channel helps you practice real English every day.
Please click that subscribe button and like this video. Hi, Anna. How are you doing today?
Hi, Adam. I'm doing well, thank you. How about you?
I'm good, thanks. Yeah, goodbye 2025. I can't believe the year is almost over.
I know, Adam, time really flies. Everyone is starting to think about what's next.
Exactly. That's why today we're talking about New Year plans.
Yes, Adam. We'll share how to talk about your plans and hopes in simple, natural English.
Let's dive in and see how people discuss their New Year ideas.
We hope you enjoy the conversation and find it useful.
So, Anna, before we talk about next year, how would you describe 2025 for you?
That's a good question, Adam. I'd say it was a mix of good and challenging moments. What about you?
I feel the same. Some months were amazing, some were tough.
Right. I think the challenges made me learn a lot.
Exactly. I learned so much about time management this year.
Oh, really? How so, Adam?
Well, I realized I was wasting a lot of time on small things, so I tried to organize my day better.
That's smart. I also learned that saying no sometimes is important.
True, I had to do the same. Some projects just weren't worth my energy.
Yeah, and looking back, what's your favorite memory from this year?
I think it was the trip I took last summer. It was short, but very relaxing.
That sounds amazing, Adam. I remember my favorite moment was finally finishing a big project at work.
Nice. That must have felt great.
It did. It gave me confidence for future challenges.
And what about small achievements? Those count too.
Definitely. I started cooking new recipes. It may sound simple, but it felt like a real win.
I tried cooking a few times too. Some meals were disasters.
I can imagine, Adam. Cooking is an experiment sometimes.
Also, I think this year helped me understand people better, including myself.
Yes, I agree. I felt more aware of my strengths and weaknesses.
And honestly, even the mistakes were useful. They taught me patience.
Exactly. I had moments when I failed at something, but it pushed me to try again.
Looking back like this, I feel ready to plan for next year.
Me too, Adam. It's easier to think about the future when you understand the past.
So, before we start our New Year plans, what's one lesson you'll carry from 2025, Anna?
I'd say don't be afraid to take small steps. Big changes start with small actions.
That's a great lesson. For me, it's about managing my time better and focusing on what really matters.
Yes, Adam. I think that's why reflection is important. It makes planning for next year more realistic.
Absolutely. So, Anna, now that we looked back at 2025, what are your personal plans for next year?
Well, Adam, I want to focus on my daily habits first.
That sounds good. Can you give me an example?
Sure, I want to start waking up earlier and having a morning routine.
Oh, I tried that before. It's not easy, but very rewarding.
Yes, I know. I also want to spend less time on my phone.
That's a big one. I should do that too.
And I plan to read more, just simple books, not too complicated.
I like that. Reading is a great habit. I want to do the same.
Also, I want to exercise regularly. Nothing extreme, just walks and stretching.
That's realistic. I've learned that small steps in exercise work better than big goals.
Exactly, Adam. I don't want to give up after a week.
Same here. I plan to drink more water and eat healthier too.
Oh, yes, I've noticed that helps a lot with energy and mood.
And sleep. I want to get better sleep habits.
Definitely. Sleep is so important, Adam.
I also want to take more time for myself, just relaxing or doing something I enjoy.
I like that. I'll do the same. Sometimes we forget to enjoy small moments.
What about hobbies, Anna? Any plans there?
Yes, I want to start drawing again. It's been years since I've practiced.
Nice. I plan to try photography, maybe capturing small everyday moments.
That's perfect, Adam. It's simple but meaningful.
And social life? Any personal goals there?
Yes, I want to meet friends more often, even if just for coffee.
I should do that too. I spend too much time alone sometimes.
It's true. Small gatherings can make a big difference.
I also plan to keep a journal, just writing a few lines every day.
Oh, I like that idea. Writing helps me reflect on my day.
And little surprises for myself too, like treating myself once in a while.
Yes, self-care is important. I plan to do that more intentionally.
So in short, we're talking about realistic, small personal plans, not big, unrealistic resolutions.
Exactly, Adam. Simple habits make the biggest difference over time.
I think this is a great approach for anyone who wants a balanced New Year plan.
Yes, it's about improving slowly, step by step.
And staying consistent, even when it feels hard.
That's right, Adam, and celebrating small wins along the way.
I feel motivated just talking about it.
Me too. I hope our viewers get some ideas for their own personal plans.
So Anna, let's talk about work and personal growth for next year. Any plans?
Yes, Adam. I want to focus on improving my skills at work.
That's great. What kind of skills are you thinking about?
Mostly communication skills. I want to speak more clearly and confidently.
I can relate. I also want to improve my English for work and daily life.
Yes, Adam. It's practical and helps in many situations.
I am also planning to learn a new software program for my job.
Nice. Learning new tools always gives you an advantage.
What about studying, Anna? Any courses or classes?
I'm thinking about an online course on project management.
Good idea. I want to take a course on digital marketing next year.
That's interesting. It's useful for almost every field now.
Yes, and I want to set small goals for learning, not too much at once.
Exactly. I don't want to feel overwhelmed, just consistent progress.
I also plan to read more books related to my career.
Oh, me too. I'll choose books that help me grow personally and professionally.
And networking. I want to connect with more people in my field.
That's smart, Adam. I want to attend some workshops and online events.
Also, I want to track my progress regularly, maybe weekly.
Yes, that helps to stay motivated and see improvement.
Do you have any personal growth plans besides work and study?
Yes, I want to improve my time management and productivity.
I need that too. I sometimes get distracted and waste time.
Me too, Adam. Small changes in daily routines make a big difference.
And I want to practice mindfulness more, just a few minutes every day.
That's a good plan. It helps reduce stress and improves focus.
I also want to set realistic deadlines for projects, not rush everything.
Yes, Adam. Planning carefully avoids mistakes and frustration.
And celebrating small achievements. Even small progress matters.
Definitely. Positive reinforcement keeps us going.
Do you plan to improve any soft skills, Anna?
Yes, like patience, teamwork, and listening carefully.
I like that. I also want to be more organized and less stressed.
Same here. It's easy to get overwhelmed without a plan.
And I want to ask for feedback more often. Learn from others.
Good idea, Adam. Constructive feedback is very helpful for growth.
So basically, small but consistent steps in work, study, and self-improvement.
Exactly. Realistic plans are easier to follow and achieve.
I feel like 2026 can be a very productive and positive year.
Yes, Adam. And our viewers can also use these ideas for their own growth.
Absolutely. So, Anna, do you usually make New Year resolutions or do you skip them?
I try, Adam, but sometimes I forget or give up quickly.
I know the feeling. It's easy to set big goals and then feel overwhelmed.
Exactly. That's why this year I want to keep it simple.
Simple is better. I plan to pick just 1 or 2 resolutions.
Same here. One big resolution often feels impossible.
What's one resolution you're thinking about, Anna?
I want to exercise regularly. Nothing extreme, just a few times a week.
Nice. I want to focus on learning English more consistently.
That's practical, and both are realistic.
Yes, I also want to read at least 1 book every month.
Good idea. I might do the same. Reading is manageable if we plan properly.
Do you ever set resolutions that you don't follow?
Oh yes, Adam. I used to try big changes like eat super healthy every day and failed.
I did that too. It's better to make small, achievable changes.
Exactly. I plan to start small and build habits gradually.
Another resolution I'm considering is waking up earlier, like we talked about.
Yes, that fits perfectly with personal growth plans.
Do you write your resolutions down?
Yes, Adam. Writing helps me remember and track progress.
I agree. I also like to review them weekly, see how I'm doing.
That's smart. It keeps you motivated without pressure.
And sometimes it's okay to adjust resolutions if needed.
Yes, being flexible is important. No need to feel bad if you change them.
Do you make resolutions about relationships or social life too?
Sometimes, I plan to spend more time with friends and family next year.
I like that. I want to connect more with people I care about too.
And small things count. Even a weekly call or message is enough.
Exactly. It's about realistic and meaningful goals.
Adam, do you think resolutions are more about habits or big changes?
Definitely habits. Big changes usually fail without small steps.
I agree. I want to focus on building routines, not pressure myself.
That's the key to keeping resolutions alive throughout the year.
Yes, Adam. And celebrating small achievements keeps the motivation going.
So our advice is keep it simple, realistic, and flexible.
Exactly. That's the real way to make New Year resolutions work.
I feel confident that this approach will help us and our viewers succeed.
Yes, Adam. Next, let's talk about our feelings and hopes for the new year.
And now that we've covered plans and resolutions, how do you actually feel about 2026?
Honestly, Adam, I feel a mix of hope and calm.
I get that. I feel motivated, but not in a stressful way.
Yes, it's good to be realistic. No need to expect everything to be perfect.
Exactly. I think small steps are more important than big leaps.
And taking things slowly makes it easier to stay consistent.
Do you feel any pressure with the new year, Anna?
Sometimes, yes, especially when everyone around seems so ambitious.
I know, but I try to focus on what I can control.
That's smart. I also feel excited about experimenting with new routines.
Like trying new hobbies or habits little by little.
Exactly. No rush, just small changes.
And appreciating simple joys, too. Even small moments matter.
Yes, I plan to notice little things that make me happy.
Do you ever set expectations that are too high for yourself?
Oh, yes, Adam. I used to aim for perfection and get disappointed.
Me too. Now I focus on progress, not perfection.
And that makes life more enjoyable.
I also feel optimistic about spending quality time with friends and family.
Yes, Adam. Even small interactions matter a lot.
I want to prioritize self-care, rest, and mental health.
Definitely. That's as important as achieving goals.
Do you think it's okay to have low-key expectations too?
Absolutely. Sometimes low-key expectations are realistic and satisfying.
I agree. It reduces pressure and keeps motivation steady.
Celebrating little wins is key to staying positive.
Even tiny achievements count, right?
Yes, Adam. Every small step matters.
And not every day will be perfect. That's normal.
Exactly. Some days will be slow, and that's okay.
I feel more ready for the new year when I accept that.
I do too. It's about being patient and kind to ourselves.
Do you set emotional goals too, Anna?
Yes, I want to stay calm, positive, and grateful for small things.
I like that. I also want to manage stress better next year.
Same here, Adam. Stress happens, but we can handle it.
I hope to feel more balance between work, fun, and rest.
Yes, balance is essential. Without it, life feels too heavy.
And I want to be more mindful, even for a few minutes a day.
That's powerful. Mindfulness changes how you see everyday life.
I also plan to reflect weekly, just noting feelings and progress.
I like that idea. Reflection helps track small successes too.
Do you feel excited about challenges ahead?
Yes, Adam. Challenges are easier to handle with a calm mindset.
And feeling hopeful gives energy to try new things.
Absolutely. I plan to stay hopeful even when things don't go perfectly.
I feel ready to enjoy the new year without pressure.
Me too. It's about taking it step by step and celebrating little wins.
And knowing mistakes or slow progress are okay.
Exactly. That's the real way to stay motivated all year.
I feel positive just talking about it, Anna.
Me too, Adam. Hope and calm are a great combination.
So let's welcome 2026 with realistic expectations, hope, and patience.
Yes, Adam. And appreciate the small joys along the way.
Even tiny steps count toward big changes by the end of the year.
Exactly. Small but steady progress is the real success.
I feel this mindset will make the new year enjoyable and productive.
Yes, Adam. And I hope everyone watching can feel the same.
Let's stay hopeful, calm, and consistent in 2026.
Absolutely. A balanced new year is the best kind of new year.
Well, Anna, that wraps up our New Year conversation.
Yes, Adam. It was great sharing our thoughts and plans.
I hope everyone watching feels inspired to make realistic plans for 2026.
Exactly. Remember, small steps and consistent effort make a big difference.
Take your time, enjoy the journey, and don't worry about perfection.
Yes, Adam. And most importantly, stay hopeful and positive.
Thanks for joining us today on Speak English Fluently.
We hope you have a happy and balanced new year.
See you in the next video, and take care.
Bye, everyone.